Huomenta. Which is good morning. Yeah, we're the Smart Control team. Here we are. And if you don't remember our names, here are they also. And yeah, here's the outline we're going to tell you about today. We're going to tell a bit about the background and the idea why we are doing like some kind of a socket that you can turn on and off with different devices. So the background is that everyone has some kind of a smart device somewhere, and the idea is to use the devices that you have already. And the first idea is to be able to do it at home. The other idea is to do it globally.
Okay, so just in terms of the technical diagram, this is how it would look from a technical point of view. Now, we were unable to actually set it up in such a way for today's demonstration due to firewall policies, and we tried tethering as well, use a mobile phone to act as a router, but unfortunately that was unsuccessful due to the ISP firewall policies. But this is how it would look, and today we'll show you a snapshot on a little bit of smaller scale than this.
So, what changed between the first stage and the second? First stage. Well, they said they would implement speech recognition, but due to the performance of the Raspberry, we were not able to get it. There should be an app. We've improved it. App changed to a website, so it's globally everywhere. You can use a smartphone, smart TV, PC, anything you want. Socket modulation connection still is the same. Still use a socket with our connection. And the Zigbee changed because we use radio frequency. The early prototype, well, we took a remote like this, and there was a remote attached with it, but we tried just hacking in it. So we tried soldering some wires on there, putting the signal right into the chip, but well, unsuccessfully. Until though it was a nice attempt to try. New prototype, same sockets, Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi connected, like on a network schedule, to a router, and we use a wire, like small wires you can see over here, as antenna. This is how it looks on the bigger screen. Here you can see the antenna, and surprisingly, it works quite well. So the hardware is not talking about. Still have Raspberry as command center. It collects all the information. Raspberry controls the sockets through the antenna, and the command center can be controlled through Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Now it's connected to an Ethernet cable, but can also plug in a USB Wi-Fi.
Igor did a great job. He used web interface using Python.
We want you on the camera as well.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? No. Like this?
What do you like?
Okay, we use Python for web interface and Nginx as web server. Now we will talk a little bit about the usability and features of the website. So we created this easy to use graphic interface where you can see the list of the sockets, and actually when you create a new socket ID you define the name, and on and off using traffic light scheme, green and red, allows you to see what's at that moment on and what's off. And we will look at these features just in a moment. So you can filter, and we can add some additional filtering options. We only have at the moment on-off list, which allows you to see in one side which sockets are on and which sockets are off. And we created the option of different user accounts, and in the future we are planning to connect it to different privileges and different kind of user rights, like supervisor or children or old people. So this will allow us to define different privileges for different users. Now let's demonstrate. but we need a volunteer with an internet connection and a laptop. Anyone? It's easy, come on. Okay, please. Could you please follow the steps?
Why is the password so long? It's not that long.
Password is not
Yeah, that's.
Sorry?
Sorry?
the password is wrong.
Ready? Zero.
Can you add something? Can you add something? Can you add something?
I have a connection.
You got a connection?
Yeah.
Is the password fine with you?
Yes, but it says that it's the page is forbidden.
Page forbidden.
Yeah, coral freeze.
And this is why we didn't test this yesterday.
Now it's fine if I add the port number. It's fine if I add the port number. 8,000.
It's working. Yeah. Change your computer. So, have you typed the IP address?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Have you logged into the system with the username and the password?
Yeah, well, it is, but you
So we will need this as well.
Are you in?
it's demonstration, you know.
I'm logged in.
Okay.
Now we're adding a socket there for you, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone broke the antenna.
Cool. We can't demonstrate it.
Antenna is broken.
Yes. So guys, this demonstration.
That sucks.
Yeah.
There.
So what is it supposed to do?
Okay, so the idea was that he could put on this socket here so that we could show that the computer here is charging or not. So that the charger is in the socket here.
Well, you will be able to see this screen, and you will see, the laptop socket, and we were going to show when he turns it off, it stops charging, and when he turns it on, it starts recharging again.
Yes.
That was the idea. Yeah. And yeah, now as we couldn't demonstrate, let's jump to the other section. Benefits. Well, we defined main stakeholders as end users, insurance companies, government bodies, user supervisors, competitors, suppliers, and utility companies. End users can be anyone in office environment, in residential environment, wherever we use this electric plugs. And insurance companies are important because they would probably reduce the premiums if you use this system because you have the control of your sockets even remotely. Government bodies support this kind of green initiatives. It would allow us to save some energy. That's why we think that government can be an important player for this product. User supervisors, as I said in the features, some different user rights can be implemented, and people with children or having old relatives can actually log on to their house to see whether everything is fine, what's on, what's off, especially let's say late night in the night, if the lights in the living room are on, there is no point to keep them on. There are competitors in the market who has already been doing that kind of products, so we should acknowledge them. Of course, hardware suppliers and utility companies can be seen as partners for this project.
Okay, so we did a bit of research, and let's talk about consumption. So obviously, at the moment, there is still a lot of devices that you have at home that still consume power even when they're off. So you switch your TV off, it still consumes power. Microwave, when it's not actually doing anything, when you're not using it, it's still consuming power. I mean, that's just some of the examples, but there is more. You know, potentially power supply of a laptop or a desktop computer. I mean, it can be anything. So the average consumption is, as you can see here. So it is. Well, it's quite a lot. When you add it up together, you know, it does have a significant amount of power that's just being wasted. Because simply when the device is in standby, you're not going to use it, so you might as well have it off. So the actual benefit without sockets, intelligent sockets, is that they consume less than 1 watt. And of course that means that, you know, it is a significant cost saving for the families, or individuals, you know, and so on average, family of 4 will actually save 350 euros. We've got different currencies here, but that's just, yeah, just to explain it from different perspectives. But of course, it would also mean that you save 2,000 kilowatts across the year, which is quite significant. You know, you could go on holiday. Well, okay, I don't know, but it could be extra money. You know, 350 euros. That's, you know, you can buy things. So, there is the aspect of energy saving, and potentially that would, you know, increase the spending budget of people. So, well, in terms of accessibility and usability, so this kind of technology would, of course, allow people to remotely access their devices at home. So if they go on holiday and they forgot to switch something off. You know what it's like, when you go on holiday, you always forget things. Sometimes you need to take things, but then you forget them. It usually happens to me. Then, of course, well, you're also able to, in the future, implement notifications, or you can be notified via, such as email, for example, or SMS. But that would be one of the future things that we would implement. Again, increased control. So, you know, you are more in control if you're able to do things remotely. So you've been placed at the center of controlling all the technology in your home. Well, of course, further analysis and opportunities. So you could implement a functionality which would actually record how many kilowatts have been wasted potentially, and, you know, and turn that into cost. So how much money you could save if you use this. Of course, you can see which devices are on and off, which is very helpful. You know, if devices are on and you think shouldn't be on, then simply you just switch it off. And of course, it would help disabled people or elderly who have some sort of limitations in terms of mobility around their home. And, well, potentially families with kids. It would stop children playing with stuff that they shouldn't be playing with. And yeah, that's some of the best features of our product, really. And, well, usability side of things. So
Yeah, let's talk about the future things, what we have in our mind. So yeah, we want to launch a company in the UK, and we want to distribute 2 different types of models. The first model will be the socket adapter, which you can easily plug in onto your socket, and another one will be the Wi-Fi socket, which will be more intelligent. So yeah, the improvement, we want to implement some new usability tests that we can make sure that the elderly people can use it easily. We want to add some speech recognition functions as well as connect functions to improve the interaction between the customer, end user, and the system itself. Yeah, to improve the system, we need to increase the security level, of course. Maybe add some reset button to the home terminal, that if there's something wrong with the connection, just remote it easily with one button without entering any pins, codes, I don't know. Yeah, internet download, of course, maybe add some GSM module. Of course, we are facing some limitations. The distance between the sockets in case of the first type. The router signal might be a little bit weak, as well as some building attributes, like when the wall is really thick, you know, we have to come, or the signal has to go through. Yeah, that was it. Thanks a lot. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.